Okay, so double integrals over non-rectangular region. Non-rectangular region. All right, so let us recall what we learned last week. Subtopic 4.2, double integrals in rectangular region. Okay, previous notes, previous lecture. We have done discuss on subtopic 4.2, double integrals over rectangular region. So, what does it mean by rectangular region? Yang kita belajar last week, rectangular region. Apa maksud dia guys? Last week kita belajar. What happened to the limits for rectangular region?
All limits are constant.
Yes, all limits are constant. Good. All limits are constant. Okay. However, okay, for the case non-rectangular region, okay, one of the limit will be function. Okay. For example, let's say we have type 1. All right. So we will have double integration of course, the function xy, dy first, and then dx. All right. In non-rectangular region, okay guys, in non-rectangular region, the inner limit here with respect to y, okay, the inner limit must be involving lines or curves, okay, lines or curves, all right, and the outer limit respective to x, here outer limit terhadap x, it will be points or coordinates or numbers. Okay, berbeza kalau before this, in subtopic 4.2, all limits are constants. All limits, both with respect to y constant, with respect to x also constant. But in this case, for non-rectangular region, the limit for y should be functions. Okay, the limit should be functions. Inner limit. That's why if you sketch the graph, you will get lines according to the limit of y. Okay, so basically we will have limit of y equals to let's say g1x, a function of with respect to y. Okay, and then we have y equals to g2x. Okay, function of y equals to g2x lah. Alright, dia mesti function yang dalam ni, inner limit. However, the outer limit just constants. So normally we put a until b, just constants. Outer limit constants, but inner limit must be function. Alright, that's type 1. Type 2. Again, we have double integration. We also have fxy. And then we will have dx, dy. Okay, so in this case, the inner limit of x must be equals to a function, h1y. And then second limit must be also a function, h2y. Right? So dia mesti dalam bentuk function lah, inner limit ni. Okay. And then the outer limit with respect to y should be just constant. So normally we put point C until D. Okay, point C until D. All right. And one more thing, what you should know here is, okay, I'm going to use red color. When we have type 1, means dy first. Okay, so how do we read the limit? Or how do we determine the region R? Okay, when we have dy first, okay, we will move from bottom to top. The direction is from bottom line to top line. Okay. And then if we have dx for type 2, if we have dx first, okay, I highlight here, I underline the word dx. The direction of how we read the region is from left to right. Okay. From left pula. Sekejap From left line to the right line. Okay. So guys, in the non-rectangular region, for the case of non-rectangular region, you cannot simply switch the order of from dy dx into dx dy. Tak boleh. You tak boleh just tukar je position dy dx tu dengan tukar limit je. Tak boleh. Cannot. Okay. You have to sketch the region first so that you know how to change the limit. Okay. It's different compared to rectangular region. Previously in subtopic 4.2, you boleh tukar je, simply ubah kedudukan je dy dx tu. Boleh dalam case rectangular region. However, for the case of non-rectangular region, you cannot simply switch the order dy dx and dx dy macam tu. Okay, we have to sketch the region and then there are a few steps after that. Okay, I will explain further later on reverse the order of integration. So at first, let us do some exercises from exercise 4.2, 4.3. Okay. This one. Reverse the order of integration from dy dx to dx dy or vice versa. I will explain detail later. Okay. It's also important. This topic also come up in your quiz. Reverse the order of integration. So make sure you give your full attention during this lecture. Okay, I'm going to solve the simplest one. Question number 1. Okay, this question also asks you to sketch the region and evaluate the integral. So let us solve question number 1. Okay, we have type 1 because dy dx. So, first of all, let us identify the limit. Here, the limit of y, okay, is the inner limit here. We have functions. Okay, we have two functions where y equals to x squared over 2 and another limit of y equals to x. Okay, so we have two equations here. And then the limit of x from 0 until 2. So x is from 0 until 2, just points. Okay. So now let us sketch the region. Oops. Okay, like this. We have x and y. Okay, y equals to x squared. What type of shape do we have here? Y equals to x squared over 2. It should be a bentuk apa ni? Guys. Parabola, right? Quadratic. Belah mana? Upward, downward, right or left? Upward, yes. Thank you, Chin Yang. Okay, upward, quadratic. So we have something looks like this. Okay. So that is y equals to x squared over 2. And then we have y equals to x. So it should be a straight line. Okay, straight line passing through the origin. Okay. So now we have x equals to 2. So how do we know the position of x equals to 2? Here. Ni macam mana kita nak tahu x equals to 2 ni? Let us equate both of these equations. So x squared over 2 equals to x. So we will have therefore x equals to 2. So we know that the intersection point here is x equals to 2. Okay, so now we know that x equals to 0 here. Of course, we can get the region here. This is the region. Okay, guys, now, okay, as I mentioned earlier, the inner limit should be function. This is the inner limit, should be lines. Okay, and then the outer limit, just a point. Okay, just the points. So if you notice in the region here, okay, we have dy first. So dy means the line should be from bottom to top. Look at my arrow here at the region, the red color. Okay, look at the region, red color ni, from bottom to top. So the bottom, okay, kenapa bottom to top? Because we have dy dx, right? Dy dx, y comes first. So the bottom line is y equals to x squared over 2, and then the upper line should be y equals to x. Okay, so understand how to sketch the region, the concept. Understand,
Yeah.
guys?
Yes.
Okay, so now let us proceed with the integration. We have 0 until 2. And then we have x squared. Okay, what is the constant now? We want to integrate with respect to y. So, apa constant? Guys, I want an active response from you, please. Okay.
X.
So, yes, we have x as the constant. And then we integrate x squared as the constant. So, integrate y, we have y squared over 2. Substitute x squared over 2 until x. Okay, and then dx. So, now we will have, okay, 1 over 2 can be taken out. So we will have x squared over 2, just a constant here. So substitute y squared tu dengan x, so jadi x squared minus x to the power of 4 over x squared jadi 4, 2 squared is 4 lah. Okay, dx like this. And then we will have multiply everything. So x to the power of 4 over 2 minus x to the power of 6 over 8 dx. So we will have the integrate x to the power of 5 over 10 minus x to the power of 7 over 56. Do you have your calculator now? Please calculate this. So we will have 2 to the power of 5 over 10 minus 2 to the power of 7 over 56 minus 0 minus 0. What should you get, guys? What's the answer? Give me the answer.
32 over 35.
32 over 35. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, so now let us do question number 2. Okay, so we have this. Okay, right now we have dx first. So the limit of x, we have x equals to y, and another limit is x equals to square root of y, and then y is from 0 until 1. So let us sketch the region. Okay, so x equals to y, just a straight line like this. And then we have x equals to square root y. This is also a quadratic graph. Let's say we expand, so we have x squared equals to y. So y equals to x squared. Of course, we will have this region. Okay, why I put half? Because x must be greater or equals to 0. So we just care about the right side. Okay, so therefore this is the region. Okay, so how do we know the values of y equals to 1 or equals to 1? Where is the position? So let's say we equate both equations. Of course, we can have 1 equals to 1 right here. Okay, and then when x equals to y, so y equals to 1, of course, x also equals to 1. All right, so that's the region. Okay, now guys, I use red color. We have dx first, dx. So when dx, the movement is from left to right. Okay, from left to right. Left to right, daripada kiri ke kanan. So if you notice here, the line should be moved from left to right. Okay, so left line. This is left line. X equals to y. And then the right line. Right line is x equals to square root y. Alright. So that's why we have dx dy. Ni konsep ni penting guys. You kena faham right, left, bottom, top. Because we going to learn how to reverse the order of integration later. So you have to understand this very well. All right, let us proceed with the integration 0 until 1 y square root of y. This also can be rewritten as square root of x multiplied by square root of y dx dy. So right now we integrate with respect to x. Of course, y becomes the constant. So 0 until y square root of y can be taken out. So we are now integrating x to the power of half. Okay. So x to the power of half. Integrate, we will get what? X to the power of? Berapa guys?
3/2.
Yes, 3 over 2. Over 3 over 2, isn't it? So substitute square root of y and y dy. Okay. So this 3 over 2 can be moved up here because it's just a constant. So we will have 0 until 1. So 2 over 3 lah jadinya. Okay, square root of y. So substitute here. X to the power of 3 over 2 is square root of y. So we have y to the power of half to the power of 3 over 2 minus y to the power of 3 over 2 like this dy. Okay, so we will have 0 until 1, 2 over 3, y to the power of half, multiply with y to the power of 3 over 4 minus y to the power of 3 over 2 dy. So we will have 0 until 1, 2 over 3. So we will have 1 over 2 plus 3 over 4 should be 5 over 4, isn't it? And then minus 1 over 2, so y squared lah. Dy. Ni saya dah nak masuk yang ni. Okay. So now we can integrate this. So 2 over 3, substitute. Y to the power of 5 over 4. Integrate, we will get 5 over 4 plus 1 becomes?
9/4.
Yes, 9 over 4. So per over 9 over 4, it becomes 4 over 9 lah. Alright. And then minus y cubed to the power of 3 over 3. So substitute 0 and 1. Okay, now calculate this. 2 over 3, 4 over 9 minus 1 over 3. What should you get, guys? What's the answer? Multiply by 4 minus 3, 1 over 9. 2 over 27. All right, good. Very good. So next question. All right, let's take a look at this question. Copy. Question number 3. Okay, guys, student always get confused. Okay, when in final exam, okay, sometimes student tends to sketch the graph of course. No, cannot, if you want to sketch the region, okay, if you want to sketch the region, region R is 100%, you have to refer to the limit. Refer to the limit. So in this question, don't sketch cos. Okay, cos is not your graph. Your graph or your region is 100% from this limit. Okay, so in order to sketch the region R, you have to refer to the limit. Okay, ingat refer pada limit. Jangan sketch graph cos. Cos tu is not the limit. Okay. Alright, so now we have to sketch the region R. Okay, region R. Of course, we have here X is the limit from 0 until 1. So we have X equals to 0 and Y pula. X equals to Y. Ada dua tu. Okay. X equals to 0 and X equals to Y. Okay, and then the limit of y is from 0 until pi, just a constant. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, all right, the inner limit should be lines. Okay, this should be lines. So now we have x equals to 0. X equals to 0 means the line of y-axis. Okay, so kalau you tengok soalan, you tengok ada je x equals to 0 means y-axis. If we have y equals to 0 means
XLG.
yeah, x-axis. Okay, so you have to alert, right? You have to alert that. So now, let us sketch the region. Okay, so now x means from left to right. Okay, left, the x means left to right. So we have this region R. X and Y. Okay, so x equals to 0 first. X equals to 0 means y exists. So the first line should be this, x equals to 0. Okay, x equals to 0. And then the second line, x equals to y. So x equals to y is this straight line. Okay, x equals to y. And then we have y equals to 0. Okay, so y equals to 0. Of course, 0 here. And y equals to pi. So pi. All right. So we will have this line. Y equals to pi. Therefore, okay guys, therefore, from here, we know that, of course, kat sini ni adalah pi lah. Because x equals to y, isn't it? So if y equals to pi, of course, x equals to pi. So now, how do we know the region R? Which one? Above part, upper part or lower part? Kat mana you nak shape region ni? Upper part or lower part?
Upper.
Upper part, yes, very good. Upper part. Why? Because we know that the movement is from left to right. Okay, left to right. So we know that the left line is x equals to 0. So x equals to 0, the left line. And the right line is x equals to y. So we know the region should be the upper part. Okay, understand guys? Sketch the region. Ni.
Yes.
Okay, good. So now let us proceed with the integration. We have 0 until pi, and then we have 0 until y. What is it? Y cos x dx dy. Okay, now we want to integrate with respect to x. So what is the constant here? Y, the constant, isn't it? So integrate cos x, we will get
Negative sign.
negative ke positive?
Positive.
Positive.
Yes, positive. Very good. Okay, so sine x. We have we need to substitute x equals to 0 and x equals to y dy. So we will have this 0 until pi y sine y. Minus sine 0 is 0 lah. Okay, so now how do we integrate this? Any idea from my brilliant student? How to integrate y sine y? Product rule is used for differentiation. Integration. If you still remember in chapter 2, I already taught you about the tabular method. Yes, tabular method. Okay. Because we have two type of functions here. All right, we have y and sine y. So in tabular method, we have differentiation column and we also have integration column. Okay, so differentiate and integrate. Okay, which one to be differentiated is according to the priority of law pack. Okay, so here we have polynomial and then here we have trigo. So which one comes first, y or sine y?
Y.
Y, okay, good, very good. So we choose y to be differentiated and sine y to be integrated. So we have to differentiate y until we get 0. So differentiate y, we get 1. Differentiate 1, we get 0, okay? And then integrate sine y, we will get,
Negative cos.
yes, good, negative cos y. Integrate negative cos y, we will get,
Sine.
Negative
Sine.
sin.
negative sine y. Okay, well done. Negative sine y. So here, don't forget to put plus, minus, plus alternately. And then we have to cross this one. Okay, y multiplied by negative cos y and negative 1 multiplied by negative sine y. Therefore, we will have integration equals to negative y cos y minus minus becomes plus sine y. Okay, substitute the limit 0 and pi. So we will get negative pi cos pi plus sine pi minus, of course, 0. Sine 0 also 0 lah. Alright, so we will have cos pi is negative 1, sine pi is 0. So therefore, negative pi times negative 1 is pi. Okay, so this is the answer. Understand, guys?
Yes.
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. So next, I'm going to discuss in detail about exercise question number 5 ni. Okay, I will show you both using dy dx and dx dy. So we will learn how to reverse the order of integration from this question. Okay, so we have, okay, first of all, let us sketch the region. We have x, we have y. Okay, first coordinate negative 2, 0. So negative 2, 0 should be on the left. This is the point of negative 2, 0. Okay, coordinate x is negative 2. And then the second point, coordinate x is 2. Okay, so 2, 0. 2, 0 here. Okay, now the third coordinate should be on y-axis because x is 0. So y equals to 2. Therefore, we have a point here, 0, 2. Okay, so this is the triangle. This is our region R. Okay, guys. Let me shade the region. Okay, so for the first line, okay, this line, we can use intercept form. So x is negative, x over 2 plus y is positive equals to 1. So we will have negative x plus y equals to 2, isn't it? And then for the right line, it should be x positive. X over 2, y also positive. So y over 2 equals to 1. And then we have x plus y equals to 2. Okay, so now we have double integration. The question is region R, y dA. Okay, so let us solve by using let's say the first method. Kita buat dx dy lah. Okay, let's say first method kita choose dx dy. Because it doesn't mention. Okay, dia tak mention dalam soalan tu which one, dx dy ataupun dy dx. Let's say we solve it by using dx dy first. Okay, dx dy, when we decide dx dy, means the movement should be, the line should be from?
Left to right.
Yes, from left to right. Yes, left to right. Okay, good. So from left to right. Okay. So guys, now double integration equals to double integration y dx dy. So we need to identify the left limit of x and the right limit of x. So the left line is this line. Saya pakai marker pen hijau ni, highlighter hijau ni. Okay, so this is the left line. So the left line is x equals to what? From the equation. X equals to? Ni.
Minus Y.
Yes, okay. So
Y,
we have, iya ke?
Y
X
minus
equals to y minus 2, isn't it? X equals to y minus 2. Betul tak? Faham tak ni? Ni saya ubah yang ni je. Ni. X equals to y minus 2. And the right line should be x equals to?
2 minus Y.
Yes, 2 minus y. Therefore, okay, this is the right line. Okay, so the left line should be limit kita left bawah ni left equals to y minus 2 and the right line should be 2 minus y. Okay, so settle on limit of x. How about the limit of y? Y is from ni kat
0
luar
to
ni.
0 to
Yes, 0 until 2. 0 until 2. So we have limit of 0 until 2. So settle. You just solve this. Okay, that is by using the first method. Okay, let's say alternatively, second method. Okay, let's say kita buat dy dx pula. Apa beza dia sebenarnya antara dx dy dengan dy dx? Okay, again saya akan sketch lagi kita punya graf ni. You tengok je. Salin lah juga tapi. X, Y, so kita ada macam ni tadi kan. Equals to negative 2, 2 and 2 atas ni. So kat sini tadi kita ada negative x plus y equals to 2. Yang kat sini kita ada x plus y equals to 2. So we have this region. The same graph same graph, but now we are going to use dy dx. Okay, so double integration of region R y dA, we are going to use by using dy dx. Okay guys, you know already that when we have dy dx means, okay, bila dy dx means the movement is from bottom to top. Okay, so bottom line to top line. Isn't it? Okay, now from bottom to top. Okay, what is the lower limit? Y equals to what? The bottom line.
0.
Y equals to 0. Okay, good. How about the upper line? Y equals to what?
2.
You cannot have y equals to 2 because kalau you letak y equals to 2, dia jadi point. Dia dah tak line. Kita nak line sekarang, garisan. Remember as I mentioned earlier, limit sebelah dalam ni, limit kat dalam ni, dia kenalah lines. Lines. Yang sebelah luar ni barulah points. Ni kena lines, yang ni kena points. So you cannot have y equals to 2. Isn't it? You kena ada garisan. Okay, saya highlight ni. Tengok betul-betul. Ni y equals to 0 bawah. Okay, settle betul dah. Yang atas you nak ambil yang mana sebenarnya? You ada dua garisan tu. Okay guys, so in this case, if you solve this question by using dy dx, means you have to break this region into two parts. So you will have part A and part B. Okay, dia leceh sikit. So you will have the first part A from bottom to top. So this is the top line for the part A. Okay, so saya akan letak kat sini. We have part A. And then plus part B. Okay, so part A, ni saya padam balik. we will have y equals to, apa ni equation kita? Y equals to,
2 plus x.
yes, 2 plus x. So you will have 2 plus x. And then how about the outer limit? Outer limit dia jadi apa ni kat luar ni? X equals to point. Coordinate x.
Negative 2. Negative 2.
Yes, -2 until 0. Okay, so sampai 0 lah part A kan. Alright, for part B pun sama. Okay guys, part B from bottom to top. Okay, bottom to top. So bottom line, of course we know that, okay, bottom line, okay, y dy dx. So bottom line, of course we know y equals to 0. How about the upper, the top line? Garisan atas ni. Ni. Yang saya highlight ni. So dia jadi apa ni? Y equals to
2 minus
2
x.
minus
2 minus x. Yes, so the upper limit is 2 minus x. Okay, settle. So how about the limit of x? X
0
is
to
from
0 to
0 until 2. Okay, so ni you kena tambah ni. So you have two integrations if you use dy dx. Berbeza dengan tadi, hanya only one integration involved for dx dy. So that's why, okay, you have to decide lah later. Both will give you the same answer. Don't worry, both will give you the same answer. Cumanya lebih mudah ataupun lebih susah. Itu sahaja. Okay? So understand the concept of reverse order of integration ni? Daripada dy dx jadi dx dy? Ataupun dx dy jadi dy dx? Faham?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So faham benda ni? Okay, so I think you can solve this on your own. Just calculation integration biasalah, polynomial tadi, tak ada apalah. Okay. So next, let's take a look at question. Kita cari yang lebih susah sikit. Question, okay, let's do question number 6. Question number 6 ni saya akan solve sampai habis lah. Sebab dia tricky sikit. Okay, question number 6. We have this double integration by y equals to 4 over x. Okay, let us sketch the region R. Okay, region R. So y equals to 4 over x. Okay, y equals to 4 over x. You will have something looks like this. And like this. Okay, this is y equals to 4 over x. Okay, positive gradient kan? Okay, next is y equals to x. So y equals to x, just a straight line. Straight line here. Okay, like that. So we have two intersection point. Okay, ni 0 lah, of course. So how do we know the coordinate here and here? Macam nak cari, guys? What to do? We have to equate both equation, isn't it? This is y equals to x. So kita ada dua y lah. Y1 you have to equate with y2. Y1 is 4 over x, equate with x. So we will have x squared equals to 4. Therefore, x equals to plus minus 2. Okay, so right here, we will have positive 2. Kat sini positive 2. And then right here should be negative 2. Intersection point there. Okay, so next, we have next equation, we have x equals to 4. So, kita dah tahu 2 dekat situ. Of course, x equals to 4 should be on the right lagi lah. Okay, x equals to 4 should be here. 4, so we will have this straight line. Okay. So now tell me, where should I shade the region? Let's say here number 1, 2, 3. Which one? 1, 2, 3. Where the region?
White.
Should be number 1. Okay, good. Well done. Okay, well done. So I should shade this region. Okay, now tell me, how do you want to solve this? dy dx or dx dy? Which one easier? dy dx or dx dy?
DS, DY.
DX.
Okay, okay. Kita tengok Kalaulah you pilih dx dy. Okay, dx dy bermaksud from left to right kan? Left to right. Okay, so tell me which one? Left, garisan left tu yang mana satu? You all ada 2 garisan ni kan? Betul tak? Ni left. Lepas tu lagi satu ni nak tinggal mana yang bawah ni lengkung ni? Sebab from left to right you katakan. Ni right memang right lah. Left to right. Yang bawah ni nak buat macam mana? Ni line juga ni. Okay. So kalau you pilih, if you choose dx dy, you have to break this into 2 parts. You kena pecah lagi ni. So dia jadi left to right, left to right. Dia ada 2 bahagian. Okay. So it's a bit complicated lah. So that's why in your final exam letter, you have to decide. Okay. Tengok betul-betul which one yang lebih mudah. Okay. So now I undo this. Okay, let's say we choose dy dx. The answer should be easier if we solve by using dy dx. Dy dx means bottom to top. Okay, bottom, top line. Okay, so bottom line, okay, garisan bottom line, we can choose this. Bottom line, this is the bottom line. And then the top line should be this. Okay, so we will have from bottom to top. Dia dah cover keseluruhan dah. Bottom line is y equals to 4 over x. And then the upper line is y equals to x. How about the coordinate? Coordinate, the point. Kita kan nak buat integration sekarang ni kan? Ni double integral. Okay, we choose dy dx. Dia ada function tak soalan ni tadi? Xy. Ni function kita, xy. So xy, xy, okay. Kita dah discuss tadi. So bottom limit should be y equals to 4 over x. Upper limit should be y equals to x. How about the coordinate? What's the from 2 until 4? Yes, like that. So understand? How do we form the integration from the region?
Yes.
Okay. You bayangkan guys, soalan final exam kalau keluar macam ni guys, you have to start with sketching the region. If you choose the wrong region, then your integration most probably would be wrong lah. Okay, so you have to know how to sketch the region from the beginning. You kena tahu dah cara nak sketch region tu. Okay, so let us proceed with the calculation. 2 to 4 integration 4 over x. So we have xy dy dx. Okay, so the constant now is x. So integrate y becomes y squared over 2. Substitute x and 4 over x dx. So we will have integration 4 until 2x. We have x squared over 2 minus 4 squared. So 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. X squared. Okay, so dx. Alright, so now we have to multiply by x for both terms. So we have x cubed over 2 minus 8 over x lah, dx. So I believe you don't have any problem to integrate this. We have x to the power of 4 over 8 minus, what should we get? 8 over x. Integrate dapat apa ni? What should you get? Macam mana guys? You all need ln. Yes, you will get ln. 8 ln x. Substitute 4 and 2. Okay. So we will have, okay, 4 to the power of 4. we will get 256 over 8 minus 8 ln 4 minus 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So 16 divided by 8 is 2. Tak apalah, step by step. Minus 8 ln 2. Macam tu. So 256 minus 16, 240. 240 over 8 should be 30, isn't it? So minus 8 ln 4 minus become plus 8 ln 2. So we will have 30 plus 8, let's say ln 2 minus ln 4. So we will have 30 plus 8 ln 1 over 2, isn't it? So you can leave your answer like this. You already get full mark. Or if you want to change this, you can have ln 2 to the power of negative 1. So we have 30 minus 8 ln 2. So you can answer like this or like this. Okay. All right. So next. Okay, question number 8. Question number 7 is quite simple. Okay. All right, so evaluate y dy dx. Okay, in this question, you don't have any problem because it's already stated dy dx. All right, so we just follow the question lah, dy dx. So now let us sketch the region. We have a circle. X, Y. Okay, we have a circle. X squared plus Y squared equals to 9. What's the radius of this circle?
3.
3, yes, very good. We have 3. So here is 3. And then we have this line, straight line. So by using intercept form, of course, we will have y equals to x plus 3. So y minus x equals to 3. So y over 3 minus x over 3 equals to 1, isn't it? So y equals to 3. I'm going to use the blue color. So 3. And then x equals to negative 3. So here. Therefore, this is the region. The straight line. Okay. And the question said that region in the second quadrant. So which one? You nak shade ni region ni? Upper part or lower part?
Upper.
Upper part. Yeah, yes. Very good. So this is your region R. Okay. All right. So now let us form the double integration. We have region R, y, dy, dx. The question already stated dy, dx. So just follow. Okay, y, dy, dx. Okay, can you give me the limit of y? The lower limit of y should be? So from bottom to top. The bottom line is y equals to what? Apa complicated sangat ni guys? Ni. Garis ni.
X plus 3.
X plus 3. X plus 3. The upper line. Yang ni, yang curve ni. Ni adalah x squared plus y squared equals to 9, isn't it? So we have to make sure y becomes the subject. So equals to square root of 9 minus x squared lah. So the upper limit is y equals to square root of 9 minus x squared. Like that. How about the limit of x?
Negative 3.
Yes, very good. Negative 3 until 0. Yes, so you can solve this later. Alright, let us proceed. Dah sejam ni kita tak masuk 4.4 lagi. Okay. Kita buat satu soalan volume lah. Volume. Volume question number 11. Okay, so volume, the formula is like this. Volume V double integration towards region R, we have fxy dA. Okay, of course, fxy, just like rectangular region, fxy is actually your function z, z function. Okay, and then dA, it can be either dy dx or dx dy lah in this case for non-rectangular region. Alright, so now let us sketch this solid. Okay, this solid, we have x plus y plus 2z equals to 6. So we have x over 6 plus y over 6 plus z over 3 equals to 1. So we have this region. What am I sketching now is region G. Ni region G. Region G ni means 3D. Region G. So 3D. Okay, region G is 3D, 3 dimension. X, y, and z. So x equals to 6, y also equals to 6, z equals to 3. So we have this region. Okay. Now, we want to sketch region R. Kita nak sketch region R. Ni, region R ni. Sebab kita punya soalan double integral. Okay, so region R means on XY plane. Okay, means on XY plane, you have this region. Okay, yang lorek ni, shaded region ni adalah region R. Okay, so region R is on the XY plane. XY plane when z equals to 0. Okay, so let us sketch the region R. X and y, of course we have x equals to 6 and then y equals to 6. So we have this region. Okay, x over 6 plus y over 6 equals to 1. So x plus y equals to 6. Okay, so now we need to calculate the volume of this solid. So we have, this is the formula, double integration of fxy. All right, so we have, from the equation, we have x plus y plus 2z equals to 6, isn't it? So we need to find what is z. So z means divide by 2, 1 over 2, 6 minus x minus y, like this. Okay, so we put this function in the middle. So we have 1 over 2, 6 minus x minus y. Okay, you all nak dy dx ke dx dy sekarang ni? Based on this region. Ni region kita. You all nak dx dy ke dy dx? Both boleh sebenarnya, tak kisah. Okay, let's say you nak dy dx, boleh? Doesn't mind, dy dx. So what's the lower limit? The lower line. So the lower line should be y equals to zero lah guys. Ni kan limit bawah dia ni, garisan bawah. Y equals to 0. How about the upper line? Y equals to?
6.
Ni
Y
garisan.
equals to
Garisan. Yes. Y equals to 6 minus x. Yes. How about the coordinate of x? From?
0 to 6.
0 to
0 to 6.
Yes, that's it. Okay, so you can solve this later. All right, I would like to teach you about reverse the order of integration. Ni baca soalan betul-betul ni. Order of the integration reverse. Okay, means that you have to change the, instead of, let's say the question give you dx dy, you have to change into dy dx. Okay, so let us do question number 16. No, 16 is too easy. Let us do question number 17. Ni 17. Susah sikit. Okay, reverse the order of integration. Okay, if you are given dy dx, you need to change into dx dy or vice versa lah. Okay, so question number 17. We have equation of x. Okay, x equals to ln y. And another one, x equals to 0. Okay, x equals to 0. So x equals to 0 means what? Apa tadi saya pesan? Kalau x equals to 0 means garisan dia adalah?
Y axis.
Yes, y-axis. Okay, so the line should be on y-axis. Alright, and then you have limit of y is from exponent -2 until 1. Okay, y is from exponent -2 until 1. Okay guys, you have your calculator with you, right? Can you give me the values of exponent -2 in decimal number? Equals to 0.1.
0.135.
Wow, okay, good. 0.135. Thank you very much. Okay, 0.135. Okay, so now let us start sketching the region R. Okay, sketching the region R according to this equation. So we have this. X and Y. Okay. So ln, okay, graph Y X equals to ln Y. Okay. So graph ln positive ni kan. So Y equals to 1 should be 0. Alright, so we'll have something looks like this. Okay. And then here Y equals to 1 because ln 1 is 0, right? Okay, now y equals to exponent -2. We know that the value is smaller than 1, 0.135. So of course it should be lower here. So here is exponent -2. So we have this line. Okay, this line. Can you give me the values here? What's the coordinate here? How do we find the intersection point? Macam mana? When y equals to exponent -2, isn't it? We have x equals to ln y. So x equals to ln exponent -2, we will get -2, isn't it? So x equals to -2 lah kat bawah ni. Okay, so in this question, we have this region. Okay. Alright, the question asks you to reverse the order. So instead of having dx dy, we need to change into dy dx. Okay, so when we change dy dx means we move from bottom to top. Okay, sebab y, so from bottom to top lah. So we have bottom line, bottom to top here. Bottom to top macam tu. So the bottom line like this, fxy dy dx. So y, okay, y equals to what? The lower line. Ni.
Exponent.
Yes, very good. Exponent -2. How about the upper line? Yang atas ni. Y equals to? Okay, atas ni, guys. Okay, atas ni adalah x equals to ln y, isn't it? So, bila kita convert, y jadilah exponent x. Okay, so the limit, the upper limit should be exponent x. And then how about the coordinate x, point, the limit of x from?
-2 until 0.
-2 until 0. Yeah, 0 kat sini kan. Okay, that's it. Ni, x equals to 0 ni. What is this? Okay, so settled already. Understand guys, reverse the order of integration.
Yes.
Okay, so next. Okay, double integrals in polar coordinates. Also, we come out in your quiz and final exam. So let's take a look at the exercise 4.4. So let us do question number 1. It's very simple. Let us look at question number 2. Subtopic 4.4, double integrals. In polar coordinates. Okay, so in double integrals of polar coordinate, we will have, okay, before this kita ada region R, F, X, Y, D, A, isn't it? But now in polar coordinates means we will have Fxy becomes Fr and theta, okay, radius and theta. And then dA in polar coordinates means we have R, dr, d theta. Dia ada 3 beradik ni. You kena ingat. 3 siblings here. We have R, dr and d theta. That is for dA. dA bersamaan R, dr, d theta. Kena ingat tu, dia mesti 3 serangkai. Dia tak boleh dr, d theta saja. Dia kena ada R. R, dr, d theta. Okay, now the limit, of course, this is your first radius, second radius, and then first angle, second angle. Macam tu lah. Okay, so let us solve question number 2, exercise 4.4. Okay, so we have here limit of R is from 1 until 2. So R equals to 1 and R equals to 2. Okay, what are they actually? What type of graph do we have here? Chapter 1, you all belajar R equals to 1 bermaksud apa? Hey guys, come on! R equals to 1. Bermaksud apa? Bentuk apa ni? You all dah belajar chapter 1 kan? Circles, right? Circles with radius 1 and radius 2. Macam mana you all ni? Nak final exam lah. Lagi minggu nak exam ni. 4 minggu 5 minggu. Tarikh exam dah keluar tau. Final exam. X, Y. Okay, so R equals to 1 is a circle with radius 1. R equals to 2 is a circle with radius 2. Okay, so we have 1, we have 2 here. Okay, next we have angle from pi over 2 until pi. So where is it? Theta equals to pi over 2, up here. And theta equals to pi, here. Okay, so we will have this region. This is our region R. Suku donat je. Okay, so now let us proceed with the integration. 0 pula. Pi over 2 until pi. Integrate R, we get R squared over 2. Substitute 1 and 2 d theta. So we will have from pi over 2 until pi. So 2 squared, 4 over 2. So 4 divided by 2 lah. Minus 1 over 2 d theta. So we will have 3 over 2. 3 over 2. Pi over 2 and pi d theta. So integrate ni macam biasa lah. Just like subtopic 4.1 3 over 2 theta, substitute pi minus pi over 2. Then we will have 3 over 2 times pi over 2 is 3 pi over 4. Okay, understand? Understand guys, the steps?
Yes.
Okay. Kenapa yang slow sangat hari ni? Alright, next let us do question number 3. Question number 3. Okay, we have R equals to 0 and R equals to 4 sin theta. So R equals to 4 sin theta. Bentuk dia macam mana ni guys? Ini yang saya kata dengan awak dulu tu. Memang chapter 1 dia tak masuk final. But what we already learned in chapter 1 will be used again in chapter 4. Okay, so 4 sin theta. You all dah belajar chapter 1. Lukis dia graph dia macam mana ni? On which axis? Yes, circle on y-axis. Yes. Okay, so we have this circle on y-axis. What's the value here? What's the coordinate on this y-axis? Should be 4. Yes. Okay, good. Should be 4. Alright, so now we have angle theta is from 0 until pi over 3. Okay, so theta equals to 0 should be here. Theta equals to pi over 3 should be in between in first quadrant. So let's say here. Okay, theta equals to pi over 3. Okay, tell me, where should I shade the region? Lower part or upper part? Bawah ke atas guys? Cuba jawab soalan saya ni, respon sikit dengan suara sikit. Bawah, okay, good, well done. Lower part here. Okay. So we have region R here. Okay, so let us solve this question. We have 0 until pi over 3. And then we have 0 for sine theta, r cos theta, dr d theta. Okay. So differentiate. Which one is the constant now? You all nak integrate terhadap R. Apa yang constant?
Delta.
Theta. Okay, so cos theta can be taken out. Okay, so we just integrate R squared over 2, substitute for sine theta, 0 d theta. Okay, so we have 0 until pi over 3 cos theta. And then we have 4 squared. 16 divided by 2, so 8 sine squared theta, substitute 0, 0 lah. Okay, so now we have 8 cos theta sine squared theta d theta. How do we integrate this? Macam mana guys? How do we integrate this? 8 cos theta sine squared theta.
By part.
By part? I don't think so. Sebab dua-dua trigo. Kalau by part, dia kena salah satu bentuk lain. Okay. Any more suggestion? Thank you for responding me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Come on guys, idea lain. Cepat. Macam mana nak integrate ni? Double angle formula, Chin Yang. I don't think so too. Okay guys, like this. Use substitution. Okay, we need to use substitution. So we let U equals to sine theta. Alright. Salin, penting ni. So we let U equals to sine theta, differentiate U, we will get cos theta d theta. Okay, so automatically d theta becomes du over cos theta. Okay, so now when theta equals to pi over 3, therefore I would like to change the limit. U equals to sine pi over 3, it becomes square root 3 over 2. And then when theta equals to 0, we have U equals to sine 0. So sine 0 is 0. Okay, now let us transform this. So we will have integration. Pi over 3, okay, angle pi over 3 becomes square root 3 over 2. So put square root 3 over 2 up here. And then the limit of 0 becomes 0. Okay, so we have 0. And then we have 8 cos theta, just copy it down here. And then substitute sine squared. Since U equals to sine theta, therefore we will have U squared. Okay, and then substitute d theta here with du over cos theta. So du over cos theta. So therefore you can cancel this happily. Okay, so your integration would becomes into 0 until square root 3 over 2 8u squared du. Okay, so it becomes 8u cubed over 3, isn't it? So substitute square root 3 over 2 and 0. So we will have 8 over 3 can be taken out. Then you can substitute square root 3 over 2 cube minus 0 like this. So 8 over 3 substitute square root 3 cube becomes 3 square root 3. 2 cube is 8. So now you can cancel this and this one. So the answer should be square root 3. Understand, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So next, mana lagi yang mencabar-cabar sikit? This question. Question number 8. Soalan nombor 8 ni dia pernah keluar dalam final. But I'm not sure this year lah. Okay, question number 8. Let us sketch the region R. We have a circle. What's the radius of this circle? 2. Okay, good. Radius equals to 2. Yes, so X and Y. So we have this circle. Okay. And then we also have a line Y equals to 1. Okay. So a line Y equals to 1. Let's say we have this line. Okay, 1. Y equals to 1. All right. Now the region inside, it said that region inside the circle above the line. So therefore, this is the region. Macam tu kan? Okay, now we need to find the intersecting angle. Find the intersecting angle. Sebab dia ada angle kat sini ni. Dia ada intersection point ni. We have this. And then we also have this angle. Okay, it's symmetry on y-axis. So theta 1 and theta 2. You kena carilah. Ni sama dengan apa. Okay, so now how do we find the intersecting angle, guys? In subtopic 4.1, macam mana saya buat dulu? Hari tu kita dah belajar. How do we find the intersecting angle? If we have two types of graph, we need to equate, right? So R1 equate with R2, okay? So basically, for the first, we have x squared plus y squared equals to 4. Therefore, this is, if we change to polar coordinates, we will have r squared equals to 4, isn't it? So we have r equals to 2. So that is your first r. And then the second equation, we have y equals to 1. So in polar, y equals to 1 means what? Y equals to? Dalam polar. Come on, formula polar. Dah lupa dah. Y sama dengan apa, guys? Equation, polar equation. Macam mana you orang nak quiz minggu depan dah ni? Y equals to
R
what?
sin theta.
Yes, good. R sin theta. So equals to 1. So the second R should be 1 over sin theta. Okay, so you have to equate both of this. R equals to 2 and R equals to 1 over sin theta. Ni you kena samakan dia. Equate both of this. So R1 equals to R2. Therefore 2 equals to 1 over sin theta. So sin theta equals to 1 over 2. Therefore, theta equals to arcsine of 1 over 2. So we will have theta equals to what? 30 degrees, isn't it? Or we have pi over 6. Okay, so automatically we know that first angle here is pi over 6. How about the second angle? Equals to what? Ni, second angle ni. Ni. Equals to what?
120.
Sorry? Equals to? Tak apa guys, salah pun tak apa. It's a learning process. Jawab je, saya nak you all respond. Saya tak marah pun kalau salah. Cepat. Theta 2 sama dengan?
150.
150. Okay, good. Okay, theta 1. Very good. Theta 1 equals to pi over 6. Kan? Pi over 6 ni daripada sini ke sini lah. Sekarang ni kita nak cari daripada origin ke sini. Okay, so theta 2 is actually pi minus pi over 6 equals to 5 pi over 6 or equivalent to as what your friend said just now, 150 degrees. Sama lah ni. Okay, so we have 5 pi over 6. Alright, so now let us calculate the area. Dia nak area kan soalan ni. Find the area, area of the region. So we will have double integration. Of course dalam ni, okay, RD theta, don't forget dia ada RD theta, tiga beradik yang saya cakap tadi tu. And then radius R is from where to where? Okay, this is the region guys. So now the lower line is represented by R equals to Y equals to 1, isn't it? So the lower line dia jadi bila Y equals to 1, R sin theta equals to 1. So R equals to 1 over sin theta lah. Okay. So if we change this, 1 over sin theta is actually cosecant theta. Macam tu. So the lower limit should be cosecant theta. And then how about the upper limit? Ni, garisan ni, curve ni. Diwakili oleh R equals to what?
2.
2, yes. Okay, very good. So the upper limit should be R equals to 2. Okay, now the angle, theta equals to? Of course lah ni, from pi over 6 until 5 pi over 6 lah, bounded angle dia. Okay, so from pi over 6 until 5 pi over 6. Alright. So now alternatively guys, or you can have, if you want to consider half of this, let's say consider theta until pi over 2 lah. So saya suka guna pi over 2 tu sebab senang nak kira. Okay, so we need to multiply by 2 times pi over 6 until pi over 2. And then cosecant theta 2 RD theta. Okay. So we will have 2 pi over 6 until pi over 2. We have R squared over 2. Substitute 2 and cosecant theta d theta. So we're gonna have, actually this can be cancelled. So ni you cancel siap-siap lah. So we will have 2 squared. So 4 minus cosecant theta d theta. Okay. So now I believe you don't have any problem to integrate 4. It becomes 4 theta. How about this? How do we integrate negative cosecant theta? Guys, if you bought this book, module applied calculus ni guys, dekat belakang sekali, page, last page. Okay, if you turn to page, you belik sampai muka surat belakang, dia ada appendix. Okay. Dekat appendix tu macam-macam formula ada kita bagi. Ni. Page appendix ni. Modul. Kalau you beli modul tu. Cosecant. Mana integration cosecant? This one. This cosecant squared equals to negative cotangent. Copy. This. Like that. So we will use this. Okay, so dia jadi apa ni? Kalau integrate cosecant jadi positive cotangent. Kalau integrate, this one should be cosecant squared. Sebab R kuasa 2 ni tadi kan, saya substitute kat dalam ni. So cosecant squared, negatif. Jadi apa? Positif ke negatif cotangent? Positive, yes. Positive cotangent theta. Substitute pi over 2, pi over 6. Okay, satu lagi cabaran dia dekat sini. Cotangent ni apa? Equals to what?
1 over tan.
1 over tangent kan? Sebab you nak calculate dalam calculator tak ada cotangent. So you kena guna tangent So it becomes 4 times pi over 2 plus 1 over tangent pi over 2 minus 4 times pi over 6 plus 1 over tangent pi over 6. Macam tu. So we will have 2 pi plus tangent pi over 2 is actually equivalent to infinity. So 1 over infinity minus 2 pi over 3 plus 1 over tangent pi over 6 is square root 3 over 3, isn't it? Betul kan? Tangent. Betul lah. Square root 3 over 3. And then this one, what happened here? This is equals to 1 over infinity becomes 0. Okay, so we will have 2 pi minus 2 pi over 3 minus 2 pi over 3 minus jadi terbalik lah ni. This one naik atas, so 3 over square root 3 like this. So 6 minus 2, 4 pi over 3 minus 3 divided by square root 3 should be square root 3. Okay. So that's the answer. Understand guys? For this question?
Yes.
Okay, so now patah balik. Okay, we go to exercise 4.4. Kita tengok a few questions lagi, sempat lagi masa ni. Page berapa tadi? Oops. .4 mana pula sebenarnya ni? Alright. Let us do question number 9. Okay, we have a semicircle. X, Y, semicircle Y. So Y positive lah kan? Y greater than 0. So we have this semicircle. Can you give me the radius? What's the radius? Ni guys, y squared equals to 9 minus x squared, isn't it? So x squared plus y squared equals to 9. Therefore, we have r squared equals to 9. So r equals to 3. So we have 3 here. This one -3, this also 3. Okay, so now we gonna change this equation exponent -2 x squared plus y squared dA. Jadi polar. Okay, so in polar coordinates, exponent, ni jadi apa? -2 what? In polar. It should be x squared plus y squared equals to what in polar?
1, 0.
Kenapa jadi macam tu? X squared plus y squared is actually r squared. Okay,
Sorry,
r
madam.
squared. Alright, that's good, that's good. Thank you for responding me. It's okay. Alright, so exponent -2 r squared. Okay, now dA. dA ni jadi apa? Kita nak change kepada polar ni sekarang ni. dA ni jadi? Ingat tak saya pesan apa tadi kalau dalam polar?
dr
R
d
theta.
Yes, r dr d theta. You kena ingat ni guys. Dia macam ni tau situation ni. Dalam final exam, kalau you jawab dy dx, you will get 0 marks. Why? Sebab soalan nak polar coordinate. So you can convert kepada polar. Walaupun calculation you betul, tapi you jawab guna dy dx ataupun dx dy, jawapan you akan salah. Sebab soalan suruh guna polar. So make sure you baca betul-betul soalan dalam final exam nanti. Basically, biasanya soalan macam ni dalam 12 markah macam tu lah. So make sure you betul-betul tengok soalan nak apa. Nak suruh convert polar, you kena convert polar. So dA jadi r dr d theta. Okay, now the radius r is from, okay, we have this region kan, ni region kita ni. So radius kita sama dengan apa? Mana radius kita tadi? Ni, r equals to 3, isn't it? So, cara baca region R daripada kutub lah. Daripada polar, pole ni. So, it's from 0 until 3. 0 until 3. Mana-mana pun 0 until 3 lah. Sampai ke garisan ni kan. So, we will have R starting from 0 until 3. Okay, so now in this case, we have angle. The angle is starting from 0 until angle equals to pi lah, okay, because semicircle kan. So theta is from 0 until theta equals to pi, like that. So we can integrate this. So 0 pi, 0 until 3. Saya salin balik je ni. R d theta. Okay, so now how do we integrate this? We need to make a substitution, okay. So we let u equals to -2r squared. So differentiate u, we get -4r dr. Okay, so therefore dr equals to -du over 4r. So I would like to change the limit also. So when r equals to 3, we will have the u equals to -2 times 3 squared. Okay, because r squared tadi kan. Ni ganti kat dalam ni. So we will have -18. And then when r equals to 0, we will have u equals to -2 times 0 squared. So we get 0. So let us substitute all of this. Okay, 0 until pi, just copy it down because it does not involve in our substitution here. So we just substitute this. 3 ni substitute when r equals to 3, u equals to -18. So we will have -18 dekat atas lah sebab kita ambil position 3 tu. And then we substitute 0 when r equals to 0, we have also u equals to 0. So 0 bawah ni. And then exponent -2r squared. So we know that this is u. Okay, so exponent u. And then r, just copy it down, dr. Okay, dr here becomes -du over 4r. So negative du over 4r. D theta, just copy it down lah. Copy saja sebab theta tak terlibat. Sekarang ni r baru kita nak cancelkan. So R and R, okay, R can be cancelled. So negative 1 over 4 can be taken out. Negative 1 over 4, 0 until pi. So integration kita jadi like this. Exponent U du d theta lah. So integrate exponent U dapat apa? Integrate exponent U, we will get exponent U jugalah kan? Sebab dia tak ada coefficient. So you just need to substitute negative 18 and 0 d theta. So we will have negative 1 over 4, 0 until pi. Exponent negative 18 minus exponent to the power of 0 d theta. So exponent to the power of 0 is equivalent to 1. Okay, so we will have negative 1 over 4, exponent negative 18 minus 1, just constant. And then 0 until pi d theta lah. So if I take positive 1 over 4, then I should change the position like this. So theta, substitute pi and 0. So we will have pi. So pi over 4, 1 minus exponent negative 18. So that's the answer. Okay. So next question. Okay, let's do question number 13. This one. Ni pun sama. Dia bagi rectangular, dia bagi rectangular equations, y dengan x. We need to change into polar. So we have this equation, y equals to square root of 3x minus x squared. So let us square both sides. We will have y squared equals to 3x minus x squared. So change the position, rearrange the position. This is r squared equals to 3x. So x ni apa guys? Ni, x ni. In polar equation. X is?
R cos theta.
R cos theta.
Yes, very good. R cos theta. Okay, so we will have divide by r. Therefore, r equals to 3 cos theta. So now kita nak lukis graph ni lah. R equals to 3 cos theta. So we will have a circle on which axis?
X.
X axis. Okay, good. X axis. We have this circle. Macam tu. And the coordinate here should be 3. Okay, and it said that from this limit, x is from 0 until 3, and then y is from 0 until this one, so it should be a semicircle lah. Because y must be greater than 0 and y should be greater or equals to 0, so just a semicircle. So we have this region. Okay, this is your region R. Okay, so the involved angle here, theta should be 0 until theta equals to pi over 2 lah. So let us proceed. Integration from 0 until 3, 0 until square root of 3x minus x squared dy dx. Okay, dy dx ni jadi apa? Dalam polar. Kita nak change to polar coordinates ni. Dy dx turn into?
R dr.
Yes, r dr d theta. Very good. Okay, now what's the radius? The limit of r. R from?
1.5.
R from?
1.5. Kosong.
Ingat dalam soalan ni dia start daripada pole ni. So R from 0 until R equals to?
3.
Not really 3 lah sebab
3 cos theta.
punya radius daripada pole Dia sampai sini kan, and then dia sampai ke garisan ni kan. Dia sampai ke garisan ni, dia sampai ke garisan ni. Not always 3 lah maksudnya. Betul tak? Dia adalah garisan ni. Yang saya highlight green color ni. Dia ni, curve ni. So curve ni is represented by R equals to 3 cos theta, isn't it? So the limit of R should be 3 cos theta. Faham? Understand guys?
Faham.
Okay, now angle daripada
0 until pi over 2.
yes, 0 until pi over 2. Okay, very good. So we can proceed this calculation. 0 until pi over 2. R squared over 2. Kenapa saya tekankan sangat guys? You salah dekat limit, habis integration awak salah. Sebab tu saya nak suruh you faham betul-betul benda ni. Markah banyak ni soalan dalam final exam. So 0 until pi over 2, we have 3 squared. So 9 over 2 lah. 9 over 2 cos squared theta minus 0. So d theta lah. Okay, so 9 squared over 2. Therefore, this is, we can use double angle formula. 1 over 2, 1. Okay, plus ke minus? Kalau cos?
Plus.
Plus. Okay, good. Cos 2 theta. So we will have 0 until pi over 2, 9 over 2 times 1 over 2, 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta. So we will have 9 over 4 integration 0 until pi over 2, 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta. So we will have 9 over 4, substitute theta plus, integrate cos dapat apa? Positive sine 2 theta divides by 2. Okay, so we have 0 until pi over 2. So 9 over 4, substitute pi over 2 plus sine pi over 2. Boleh jadi sine pi lah tambah pula. Tolak kosong, tambah kosong. So we will have this one also 0. So we will have 9 pi over 8. Okay. Question number apa ni? Number 13 9 pi over 8. Betul ke? 13, 9 pi over 8. Okay, yes. Alright. Okay, so I think that's all for today's guys. Did you understand?
Yes.
Boleh faham guys?
Yes.
Yes.